Hey, you.
Who, me?
Yeah, you. Would you like to learn to paramotor?
Yeah.
And why not? Paramotoring, also known as powered paragliding, has been around for over 25 years. While initially more popular in European countries, the sport is seeing massive growth here in the US, thanks to exposure from YouTube stars like Tucker Gott, and this guy, and this guy, this guy. Don't forget him, these guys, and this guy. With powered paragliding, you have the freedom to experience flight without the constraints of such things as a runway, hangar, fuselage, or even windows. If you decide to take the next step and begin your PPG journey, it will be important to find an experienced instructor. Not only will your instructor keep you safe, they will also serve as your guide for all things PPG, including proper gear and etiquette. One of the first things your instructor will teach you is how a paraglider wing works and how to control it through a practice called kiting. Let's take a closer look at the wing and what kiting is. Before we begin, we'll need some items. First, we'll need proper footwear. Ankle support is important here. Secondly, we'll need a helmet. If your instructor doesn't insist on a helmet, find another instructor. A kiting harness will also be necessary. Gloves may be a good option, as would sunglasses. For those in colder climates, face protection might be a good idea, especially once you begin flying. Now that we've donned the proper gear, let's examine our wing. Along with the motor, the wing is an essential piece of gear. The wing itself is made of nylon fabric. Although made of fabric, once inflated, the wing remains solid and provides all of the same flight dynamics found in the wings of any other aircraft. The pilot and motor are suspended from the wing by many rope-like structures called lines. These lines are typically made of strong materials like Kevlar. Some lines are sheathed with an outer layer to protect the inner core from damage. The lines are attached at specific points on the wing in order to give the wing its proper shape and angle of attack. At the opposite end, the lines terminate into two heavy webbing straps called risers. There is one riser for each side of the wing. The lines are grouped together by their attachment points on the wing. The forwardmost set of lines are referred to as A's, the next group B's, then C's, and so on. There are also special lines like stabilo lines and brake lines which perform special functions. Each group of lines is color-coded to assist in identification during maneuvers or emergencies. Additionally, most wings come with a trim adjustment for the rearmost line set. Known as trimmers, these effectively lengthen or shorten the rear lines to change the angle of attack of the wing, increasing efficiency at the cost of stability. Wings are typically sized by the total weight or all-up weight they will be loaded with. This weight includes that of the pilot, the motor, fuel, and any accessories like eggplants or reserve parachutes. Kiting is the practice of controlling the wing from the ground. Although kiting is often referred to as an exercise, it's also the first and last part of any flight. Every flight starts with kiting the wing for some time before takeoff. There are two basic body positions in which kiting is performed. The forward position, where the pilot faces the same direction as the wing, and the reverse position, where the pilot is turned to face the wing. The reverse position is necessary in high wind conditions, where the pilot may be pulled backwards by the force of the wing during inflation. If pulled, a pilot can maintain balance by stepping forward much easier and faster than by backpedaling. Regardless of body position, the first step in kiting or flying is to lay out the wing facing the wind direction. It is important that the wing is laid out properly to ensure proper inflation to the flying position, with the wing centered above the pilot's head. Once the wing is laid out, the lines are examined. There are several ways to check the lines. Here, our pilot begins by checking that the A lines are directly to the wing with no twists or knots. Then, the B's are checked, using the same criteria. Then the C's, and finally, the brake lines are checked clear to the wing. The pilot repeats this process with the other riser set. It is important to note that each wing's construction is unique, and as a result, the steps required to ensure safe layout will vary. Now it's time to attach the wing to the kiting harness. Often referred to as clipping in, the method is different for both forward and reverse positions. First, we'll clip in for a forward position. For the forward position, the pilot stands between the two risers, facing into the wind. One at a time, the pilot reaches down and grabs a riser. One final check that the A's are directly to the wing ensures that the riser has not been twisted. The riser needs to be clipped in with the A's forward once the wing is inflated. However, since the carabiners are hanging upside down on the harness, the risers will need to be clipped in upside down as well, with the A's facing back towards the wing and the brake toggles facing forward. Now is also a good time to double check the position of the trimmers. A proper clip-in is critical to your safety. Your instructor will pay particular attention to your clip-in process during the initial stages of your training to ensure you build good clip-in habits. For the reverse position, the clip-in process is different. This time, the pilot stands at the end of the risers facing the wing. The risers are picked up as a pair. Again, the A's are checked directly to the wing to ensure the risers have not been twisted. As a set, the risers are flipped over 180 degrees. This intentional twist in the risers will eventually be undone when the pilot turns from a reverse to a forward position during launch. One at a time, the pilot clips each riser into the respective carabiner. For each kiting position, the inflation process is generally the same. First, the pilot takes one brake toggle into each hand. They will then grab and pull on the A-lines to begin inflation of the wing. In either position, they will need to maintain airflow past the wing. In the case of high wind speeds, this may be accomplished simply by standing. However, much of the time it will involve a pilot actively moving into the wind by walking or running. The pilot will attempt to remain under the center of the wing and keep the wing pointed in the direction of the wind for maximum lift. Most of the directional control should be accomplished by body position with minimal brake input. Applying brakes will decrease the efficiency of the wing, requiring higher wind speeds to keep the wing airborne. So that's it. Now you know some of what to expect if you decide to pursue paramotor training. The paramotor community is vibrant and always quick to welcome new members. If you would like to know more about powered paragliding, there is a wealth of information on the United States Powered Paragliding Association, or USPA's, website at www.uspa.org. That's USPPA.org. Also, be sure to watch the series on paramotor training entitled A Look Inside Paramotor Training, right here on this channel. Thanks for watching, and be sure to subscribe.